What's up, everybody? This is Scott at Clocked Out, and today we are back in the garage. The goal for today is to get Rooster back on the ground. We have a couple things to button up just to get the tires on it and get it sitting right. Today's my birthday, so I really want to get Rooster on all four tires and just kind of get an idea of how it's going to sit to get some more motivation to keep going on this truck. So earlier today, I slid the axles back in and got everything buttoned up down there. Earlier this week, I did the drum brakes on both sides. And if we come over here, I have everything except for the wires. I have the wrong gauge wires. I'm going to do all 16 gauge wires, but I have everything except for the wires to build a new wiring harness for the taillights. I did end up going and getting a wiring harness, which kind of feel dumb about now, but they were cheap, so it's not that bad. We got to play with them and kind of figure out how the wiring harness works. Looking at how simple the wiring harness is, I'm just going to rebuild a new one and cross my fingers that everything works fine, and I know it's all new back there. So I should have brake lights, turn signals, and running lights. Right now with these harnesses, all I have is the turn signal and the brake light. Today I'm going to throw the struts in back here and fix a bolt I broke up front on the front strut up here. Then hopefully we can slide the Chupacabras under there and get an idea of how this truck's going to sit, because I am getting sick of it looking like this in here. It don't even look like a truck. It just looks so sad. All right. So that's kind of cleaned up. We can try to slide this strut on. Before I get too ahead of myself, I'm going to write a list of all the stuff I have to do before I can drive it. So number one is bleed the brakes. Number two is grease the drop shackles. And I'm probably going to add more to this list. I just want to make sure I don't forget anything before I take off for a drive. And I just want to make sure before I set it down and want to move it at all, I do these couple things. Even though I have a lot more stuff to do. I got to put the floors in, I got to do rockers. I have to do so much stuff before I can ever put this on the ground and drive. But I'm hoping in the next month or two, it'll start to get wrapped up to the point where at least I can have it on the ground, start it up, move it around a little bit, kind of get an idea of how it's going to look before paint and all that stuff. Now on to the next problem, that broken bolt that I broke on the front strut here. I'm going to have to try to drill that out and put something else in there, which sucks. Ugh. So the key to this is I'm going to use a smaller drill bit and work my way up to a bigger drill bit, hopefully without breaking any of them. So this is going to be pretty boring to watch, so I'll probably make it real fast and short, and it's actually going to take me probably 20-30 minutes. So here we go. All right, and just like that, didn't even have to drill it out. I just hit it a lot and it popped out, so worked out for me pretty good. Now I'm gonna put a bolt and a nut on that because I don't feel like tapping it, and that's just how it's gonna be. Bolt and a nut going in now. All right, so after thinking for a while, trying to remember what else I have to do before I put the wheels on, I don't think there's anything else. I think we can put them on and lower the truck. I'm trying to think really hard. I can't think of anything. I'm pretty sure, I'm 23% sure we can put the wheels on and we can lower the truck. And I think we get to see how it sits. And I can know if I have to raise or lower the rear end, or raise it, I guess, because I don't want it to squat. I want it to be nice with a little bit of rake, ideally. So here we go. I'm going to throw the tires on, see what it looks like. All right, so it is the next day. I just ran out of time to record. My mic died, and I was like, screw it, I'll get a hold of them tomorrow and tell them kind of how it looks. When I lowered this truck, I got real excited to keep working on it again. I got a lot of stuff to do to it yet, but just seeing it sit on its own weight and how it's sitting, I think it's going to look pretty cool. So there she is. It's sitting pretty good. I definitely need to do something because one side is sitting quite a bit higher than the other. I'm not sure why that is. It could be maybe something to do with the alignment. But I am going to do new upper and lower ball joints and the whole control arms. But yeah, these tires look sick on it. Everything's coming together real nice. And these rears look, just awesome. I can't wait to get the bed on this thing. There's a bunch of stuff I need to do before I can even think about putting the bed on. I want to figure out the taillight wiring. I want to get the rear end all tidied up. I want to do the cab corners and rockers. And I would like to do the exhaust all without the bed on because it's so much easier. I can see everything. And then finally, I can get the bed on. And I just want to get this thing done. So I'm going to probably make one big video where I do the taillights, where I finish up a lot of tedious stuff, and then I'll show you guys me doing the rockers and all of that. I don't know when that video will be coming out, but I do have some other videos I want to make as well. I haven't made any gym videos in a while, and I have a couple archery videos I would really like to get out. I know this YouTube channel is kind of all over the place, but that's just kind of what it is. I want to make a YouTube channel all about my hobbies and the stuff I do outside of work. So I work a lot, especially in the summertime. For those of you that don't know, I'm a concrete worker. I finish the highways. I finish concrete for a living. And so during the winter, I have a lot of free time because I'm laid off. So I get to do all this stuff. And then in the summer, I have a lot more money. So I'm hoping to keep videos coming throughout the whole year, one a week. I was trying to do 2 a week, but 1 a week seems much more doable with the new baby and everything. It just makes it tricky. So I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. I'm hoping to get an audience that loves archery, cars, lifting. You don't have to just like one thing that I like. I'm hoping that, if you're into lifting, maybe this will get you into cars. I'm hoping that if you're into cars, maybe this will get you into archery. And we can kind of do all this stuff together. I think it's really healthy to have a lot more than just one obsession, one hobby. So that's kind of what this YouTube channel is based around. And I also want something I can look back on and say, remember when I built this truck? And, like just stuff I can show my kid when he's older. Like a modern day photo album. Just kind of something I can look back on. And if you guys enjoy it, that's even more cool. And hopefully you can start some of your own projects as well. I don't know much about doing this kind of stuff to these trucks. I'm a little mechanically inclined, but I do love this kind of stuff. So yeah, if you enjoy the videos, keep watching. Hopefully more and more cool stuff will be coming, especially throughout the summer, through the rest of the winter. It was nice talking to you guys. Have a good night. This is Scott, clocking out.